The delay by Treasury in disbursing funds to counties, the stalemate at the Senate over the formula of sharing county funds, and the COVID-19 pandemic bogged down services in the devolved unit. Devolution was also jolted by a new phenomenon in Nairobi, where the core functions were transferred to the national government with a view to enhance service delivery to the capital's residents. Ben Troy Njue looks at how devolution fared in its 7th year.
The year began with an unprecedented move on the county government of Nairobi, with the then Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko barred from accessing his office while facing corruption charges. Service delivery in the capital city almost ground to a halt. The national government then intervened, and the outcome was the governor signing a deed of transfer between the national county government and the national government on February 25th. Sonko thus handed over to the national government 4 core functions, namely county health services, transport services, county public works, utilities and auxiliary services, and the county government planning and development. Subsequently, the Nairobi Metropolitan Services was established under Uniformed Military Officer Major General Mohammed Badi as Director General.
As I commission the Nairobi Metropolitan Service here today, I will task them firstly to bring an end to the corruption and to dismantle the cartels that have hindered the development of this county. NMS should concentrate on the implementation of the Nairobi Railway City Master Plan, which seeks to create and redevelop about 425 acres of land around the Nairobi Railway Station, with the aim of creating a world-class multi-model node within the Nairobi Central Business District.
Sonko was to later turn his back on the agreement, accusing NMS of operating illegally and subsequently denying Badi access to funds to run NMS.
I've identified the various inconsistencies with the Constitution of Kenya, the Public Finance Management Act, and the County Government Act. It is for this reason that I return this bill to the County Assembly for further consideration. So,
rejected.
If it's about legality, that's an issue in court. He had challenged it before. The case number 52. The judge ruled in favor of the government and NMS that NMS was legally constituted.
Mzee General Badi, muunge mkono jameni. Na anafanya kazi. Tunaelewana wenzangu. Na hakuna mtu ambaye kazi yake inachukuliwa. Tunaelewana? Let us work together, kwa sababu if Nairobi improves, it will be for everybody.
Despite the opposition, the goodwill the NMS enjoyed from the national government saw it accomplish transformative projects such as drilling over 90 boreholes to provide to residents of informal settlements, upgrading their health facilities and road network. In partnership with the Kenya Railways, NMS also launched the Nairobi Commuter Rail Station in November as the first move in the city decongestion plans. But even as the order was being restored in Nairobi's governance, other counties were grappling with delayed disbursement of their funds by Treasury. This hampered delivery of services in counties as workers went without pay for several months.
Sasa hii kama ni devolution kali ambayo hatupati pesa, tunakuja hapa tunaongea mambo mengine na sisi tunaenda kwa ofisi, kwa sababu wale wamefanya kazi, contractors wako hapo, wengine wana madeni, wanaenda auction. Nifanye nini?
This crisis was made worse by the row in the Senate on the appropriate formula for sharing the 316.5 billion shillings among the 47 devolved units. On 7 occasions, the senators were sharply divided over the formula that would see 19 counties drawn mainly from the north, coast and lower eastern counties lose a cumulative of 42 billion shillings, while 28 others stood to gain.
The other day in a meeting, somebody asked, What did some Turkana do with the money all the years? I want to ask. What did Kiambu do with the money since the independence? All the money has been pumped there.
What the framers of this mythical Linturi formula are doing is that they are denying us pastoralists. They are denying the people of Nairobi and the people of Mombasa money. We use different parameters. They have reduced the parameter of urban to 4%, which means they deny the people of Nairobi and the people of Mombasa money.
Wale ambao wanafaa kupatiwa wapatiwe, lakini haki yetu hatuwezi kubali haki yetu kuchukuliwa kama sisi iko hai.
The conversation we are having here is as though these formulas are coming from outer space. You know, these formulas are done by people. People can sit down and work out formulas that ensure, at the very minimum, no county loses a single cent.
The proposed formula by the Commission on Revenue Allocation (CRA) put more weight on population, meaning counties with higher population would have emerged as the biggest beneficiaries, while those with lower numbers would lose. With health being a devolved service, these financial hitches put county governments in a delicate situation, especially when they were being tasked with fighting COVID-19 that was fast spreading in the community.
Despite 22 counties registering COVID-19 patients, the national government is yet to disperse the 5 billion shillings to the county government that His Excellency the President announced as support towards the fight against COVID-19. We call upon the national treasury to urgently disperse these funds.
Solidarity forever. Medics in several counties went on strike to demand personal protective equipment and medical insurance as the disease took a toll on them.
I wish to call upon the unions to suspend their strike of 7th December 2020 as the government works around the clock to address their grievances.
When you wanted to talk, you had other priorities. When you're given this notice, yes, come back. But the question is, the experiences that I've just narrated, that are currently ongoing, that are realities, can they wait for another 14, 21 days?
The reasons as to why we are going on these strikes, they are issues that should be very simple if you have effective management. And that is why we have been asking for a Health Services Commission.
Some counties, however, stood out in establishing isolation centers for those affected by the coronavirus to curb the migration to Nairobi, causing congestion in the few well-equipped facilities.
Presents to you County COVID-19 socio-economic.
And in a bid to counter the effects of the pandemic, the devolved units converged in Nairobi to launch the county's COVID-19 socio-economic re-engineering recovery strategy in an occasion presided over by the President.
The partnership between the Council of Governors and the Pension Fund, meaning that resources that are available to the pension fund are being reinvested in strengthening our devolution agenda, while at the same time protecting the ultimate interest of all our devolution workers.
The strategy encompasses 5 pillars. 1, boosting private sector. 2nd, enhancing ICT. 3rd, human resource development. 4th, policy and legislative reforms.
The launch climaxed with the unveiling and groundbreaking of the G47 Ugatuzi headquarters.